guys, welcome back to Behind Track Limits. So in today's episode, we all challenged each other to make the funniest F1 PowerPoint that you could. So we hope you all enjoy.
Are we ready?
I don't even know you all.
Are we steady?
Yeah, shall I screen share now?
Yeah, screen share now.
I'm so excited.
I know, so.
As you're all aware, me and Kate did the PowerPoint together.
I'm very excited.
So we did Fast and Furious cars that we think F1 drivers would drive if they were in the movie. So we chose cars that are from the first to the most recent film. So
How many films are there? Do we know?
there's
9?
Yeah.
So I have 9 films to watch then.
Yep, and you're going to watch them all.
Yeah, there's one.
Enjoy, Maddie.
I shall, right?
You're
Sorry.
I think you'll know what some of the cars are.
Yeah.
Probably.
So, okay, right. So
Ready
we
for
did
Lewis,
Lewis
isn't it? Looks
Hamilton.
like.
Take it away on Mr. Sir Lewis Hamilton.
Oh, I like it. I like
Yeah,
it.
that was good. I like that suggestion.
It suits him very much.
So
Wait, no.
this car is worth $3.4 million and it was destroyed in the film. If you don't recognise where it's from, it's
It was
from
the-
number 7, I think, when they were in
Is it
the
not when they
Burj
drove
Khalifa
the thing?
and they drove it off the Burj
Yeah.
Khalifa
Oh yeah,
between 3 buildings, and then it ended up kind of like on the
falling
floor.
off the window of one of the buildings.
But yeah,
Right.
that's what we think they are, what we think Lewis would drive, and these cars are no longer made.
Okay,
Yeah,
on
right,
to the next
pointer.
slide. Mr. Max Verstappen. We put him
Oh,
on-
yes, that actually suits him.
I just
Yeah, we think so.
radiated some Max energy. The black, I was like, yeah, that's just a Max car. Obviously,
Yeah.
it was like Dom and Brian in Fast 5, but yeah, other than that, it's quite self-explanatory. It's just a Max car, I think.
It looks like something you could run something off the road with, which I feel like Max would
Yeah.
probably go for.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
I like the next one. This in Checo, by the way. This is Lando.
This makes sense.
Yeah.
See, I just felt like Lando keep it quite small.
He's
But-
a small
Yeah.
human, so
Yeah, got to keep it quite small, but quite cool as well. So
it's
Yeah.
also
Yeah.
it's orange. It's orange, McLaren colours.
Yeah.
it's
Just
in-
makes sense. I agree.
So we go in the Fast and Furious movies. This car was used in the 1st, the 5th, the 6th, and the 7th, and it was destroyed in the 7th.
It's just a joke,
So-
isn't it?
How
Yeah.
many cars did they destroy? I'm assuming a lot.
Yeah, a lot.
The director was probably right. Yeah, let's destroy it.
It was more towards
Isn't
the end.
there one with like a tank in it or something? Or like a submarine?
That's a Dodge. It was one of Dom's car. It had one of those big, massive engines in the front. I think you're on about.
Potentially.
Yeah, I think
Oh, yeah.
I think there might be a photo of one somewhere in here.
And
If I
next
remember.
thing, I believe there could
Yeah.
be a potential another. Let me check my list. Okay, next we've got Sebastian Vettel.
Yes! That's cool.
But not.
It's pretty in pink like him. I love it.
You know what? I was looking through all the cars and I was just, and this one came up and I just thought, Seb would have his windows down,
Oh, yeah.
shades on, and he'd just be living his best life. So this car was featured
Yeah.
in
I can imagine him. I can imagine him driving into the Silverstone Grand Prix with this car.
With his
I could
pink
see
helmet
it.
and match.
Dream Seb.
Yeah.
That is so cool. Yeah, I like that one.
Hello.
So
yeah.
when this car was made, it was worth around £30,000, and up to date now, it's only worth 1,000.
What? I
Oh
would
my
be happy.
god.
I might get that as
Yeah.
my first card, actually. I like that.
That's fun.
Next one. So this one we went
Ooh.
Mick. I feel like this is sort of like a Mick car, like a 4x4, like
Yeah.
it's not vibe.
Like, yeah, Jeeps just scream Mick. He's quite. I don't want to say it, but he's quite basic. You know, he likes to keep it cool. So
Just be glad that Carla's not
his
here.
dog could fit in the car. His
I
dog
love
could
it.
fit in
dog
the
will be
car.
able
So
to fit in the car.
Yeah.
but
Engie.
Love it.
I think
love it, love it, love it.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
This car was taken by me and Toretto when Dom was broken out of jail in Fast and the Furious. And yeah, I just feel like it looks quite super sporty, and Charles obviously likes this super cars.
It kind of looks like the car he has now.
I was going to say,
Yeah,
it looks like his Ferrari with the Monaco strips.
Yeah,
This car is
that's
so
the
nice.
vibe we got.
I love that.
Yeah. All of these photos as well are the original cars. So they're not just ones like we got off the internet, they're ones that the actors actually drove, which took a while to find, to be honest. Who we got next? Kitty.
I chose this one because it said ice, and I was like, it needs the ice.
Yeah, that's the movie with the submarine, isn't it? Or like the
Yeah.
makes sense.
But
No,
I just had to link the Iceman and a Dodge Ice Charger with Kitty.
Yeah, I thought
Like
this.
that
one. Oh my
We
God,
got
it's
this
in my hand.
breed here. Like it's like very simple, but it's very sporty.
We contemplated a lot, didn't we, Kate, with this one?
Yeah,
There was two cars between Carlos and Pierre, and both of them, obviously one of which being the Lexus, and obviously the one for Carlos. We was both like, who goes with who? And then was like, wait, I see Pierre driving the Lexus.
No,
Yeah.
I think the Lexus is definitely a good fit for people.
Oh,
the 2001 Nissan Silvia S15. This was around in Tokyo Drift, which is a very iconic movie, I have to
Love
admit.
it.
And I could see Checo drifting in one of these cars. Like they're just so iconic.
Yeah.
The car kind of reminds me of the McLaren 2018 livery.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say that.
the orange and the blue just suits Fernando, I think.
But yeah, I had to use this iconic photo. of
Ooh. Oh wait, I didn't even look. I didn't even look at the photo of George. Did you put the horrible photo, or did you use a good one?
Oh no, I used the good.
He's a
one.
good one, don't worry.
Yeah.
But I thought I
That's
saw
what
this on
Mel cares
Google,
about.
and I was like, I have to use this.
Do you know the thing I straight away saw? It's worth 11 million US dollars.
Yeah.
I'd pay for that.
You'd pay
I
11 million
I
for that.
definitely pay for that.
What's even more like stand out about is the fact that it's worth 11 million US dollars, but the driver of the vehicle was just like a backup driver. So like he drove with like the bad guy.
Please.
Yes!
I can see it. I can
It
see
suits
it.
him, yeah. It suits
Can
him.
you, I could just see him driving around Mexico in that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
definitely.
I don't know why.
With his little hat.
It just screams Checo.
Yeah.
The photo he looks really scared in.
Yeah, it's like your mum's told you to go to the next door neighbours to go play with the weird kid. It's like, hi.
Hello.
It's so good. I could see Checo driving that.
Red as well.
Yeah,
So-
exactly.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah.
That's my favourite one.
Oh god.
Daddy
Oh,
Red.
that suits him.
Yes.
Daniel
Yeah.
vibe.
I like it.
Did you see what I put there? Although I can't imagine Dom fitting here.
No, that's quite a small compact car.
Yeah.
So
It probably takes up half of it.
drifting that.
Just for any of our viewers who may not have seen Fast and Furious, Dom is muscly, not fat.
yeah.
The one that's going around in all of the memes at the moment about
I was going to
family.
say that the family needs all
Yeah.
honestly.
Oh my god.
That's him. Okay.
Did you see that one I sent to the group chat about Bottas?
I have seen so many, but yes, I did see the one that you sent to the group chat.
this car is worth $74,000.
Ooh, it's not a lot.
That's not
to be
that bad,
honest.
actually.
No.
I'd easily get one of them. It's my favourite car.
Yeah, they are really
Yeah,
pretty.
you've mentioned that before, haven't you, Mel? About like you really like them cars.
I'd definitely get one.
To be
Mazdas
fair,
are good
it
as
is,
well.
yeah, it is from 1997, so I can imagine when of the first time when it was made, it would have been a lot more expensive.
Yeah.
Oh, Nicholas with the Honda.
He looks raging in that photo.
I have never seen that photo before.
No,
He looks younger.
We do.
Yeah.
I think
like
he
that.
looks older, but he also looks like more disappointed in something.
No,
I don't know what.
oh my god,
20.
he kind of looks like Squidward a little bit. Tiny bit.
Oh,
You don't see it. I see it. It looks like.
Are you talking about like hot Squidward or just regular Squidward?
yeah, which what are we on about?
Wait, there's a hot. Wait, I'm so confused.
It's a
Sorry.
hot squid.
Oh, wait, both of them, kind of. A mix of them.
Oh, Maddie, now you know. There's hot Squidward.
Yeah. All right, move
Yeah.
on to the next.
Yeah.
Oh, every time.
Love
yes.
So when I was looking up how much this car is worth, they're not really worth anything anymore.
Yeah, I was
They're
gonna say,
mostly sold in parts now.
Yeah.
So, and it's a discontinued car. So
Yeah.
That's a shame. I'd drive that car
I
happily.
think like I get vibes from Lance driving that car. Like his wife's told it. No, his mum's told him to cook pasta for tea, and he's got to go get pasta.
Well, no, he's
He's
like,
driving to the store. I can just imagine him. I
I'm
don't know
surprised
why.
you're talking
it-
about pasta.
I get the vibe of the he's been told to take the chicken out to defrost, and his mum's pulling up in the drive.
Yeah,
But like the amount of rush there in that car.
yeah.
Buzz is like, I'm going to get killed.
yeah,
And that's his mum behind him.
yeah. In the
Oh,
car, but
that's
looks like
Mrs.
it's about
Stroll
to
there.
absolutely blow up.
Don't be scared.
You know what that is? That is Lance hasn't defrosted the chicken and his mum is going to beat him.
Oh my god. All right, okay. We'll move on to Nikita Mazepin. So this gave me very much Russian vibes. Like,
Yeah. Yes.
because his dad's very high up in Russia. I feel like that's their mode of transport.
Yeah.
It's very
Uh,
militant. So
Yeah,
you know.
exactly.
I would
And it
not
also
want to be
gives
run over by
military service
And
vibes.
also,
Actually,
Neither.
I would like to
No,
be run
maybe I'll
over by that.
survive.
Do you want to know why? Because it's so
You-
high off the ground
Yeah, I
that
was gonna
chances
say I would
are it's not
survive
going to
that.
crush me.
No, that's fine.
Oh my god.
he looks like he'd run a few people off the road in that car.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
I'll just
yeah,
fly in a
I
straight line.
mean,
You won't be able to get me.
If you, it radiates a one that beeps at learner drivers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we're all learners once in a while. But yeah, it radiates that energy and gives Russia vibes, obviously.
Yeah.
All right, and we've got Carlos. So this one gives very much Carlos vibes.
Very much supercar, very fast. It just
That looks like, I don't know if anyone's seen it, the video that Charles and Carlos did when they were in Monaco, and
It looks like
Charles
that.
and Carlos on a car
Yeah.
in a car similar to that
Yeah.
yeah.
except a Ferrari.
Yeah.
Yeah.
video.
So there's only 4 of these in the world, and they are approximately 2.2 million each. But I'm assuming that's like the base price of what it was bought for. But because there's only 4 in the world, I'm assuming sellers will go
Rare
less
is the-
than that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Definitely.
And they used 2 of these in Fast and Furious 5.
Imagine having one of the 2 that weren't used in Fast and Furious. Like, I can see it.
I can see it.
The Jesus mobile.
On his way to church on a Sunday.
It will have his
You know
stumble
what?
on.
Love
I
that.
find that picture of Antonio very
He's just
hot.
looking at me
Like,
funny.
I think
So-
Antonio is slept on. He's actually quite attractive.
Without
This
his,
gives
like, if
me,
he cut his
like-
hair.
Yeah, same.
So this is a very fitting car for Yuki.
But
This is my
yes.
dream car. These cars are
I don't know what I thought
Mustang.
of a car for Yuki, but that is exactly what I'd picture if Yuki was a
Yeah.
car.
You know what?
Exactly.
If obviously Yuki wasn't given a car out of Fast and Furious, like the movie saga in general, I would have just really given him a small compact car.
No,
He would have got the mini. He would have got the mini.
oh my god,
Yeah,
no,
I
oh my
don't-
god, no, I'd give him.
Do you know the little kid ones? The ones that you get like
That's
with
what I'm
the
I need
yeah,
to
like
try
the
that.
yellow and red ones. I'd give him
Oh,
one of
the
them.
ones like the red ones. They had like the
Yes.
roofs over them, and you had the doors.
Sorry.
One of them.
So I would give him.
Are we going to stick
Yeah.
an engine in it, or does he have to push
No,
himself
he's gonna have to use
around?
his feet. He's not getting the pedals.
You have to use his feet.
Yeah.
Let's see Yuki driving that.
Oh,
it's
so
like
good.
Oh my god, that's like the things you get, like, you know, on the
Isn't
back
that
of
like-
horses sometimes.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
so
Isn't
good.
that like the original Fiat 500 when it first came out, or something?
Fiat 500
Maybe.
slander, I'm here for it, I'm here for it.
No, actually,
This is the last one, but
it's the ban.
Yeah, it suits him.
Ooh.
Oh, that car.
I love how you've matched the blue to his outfit as well.
Yeah,
It's good. I like
Yeah.
that very much.
just
but yeah. And this car is worth $223,000 US.
I would
Oh,
pay that
not
for that
bad.
car. I would
Yeah.
pay that for that
Yeah,
car.
it's not bad.
So cute.
Yeah. But yeah,
I like it.
that's what we have
Yeah.
today.
Loved
thanks
it.
I hope you all enjoyed the presentation. I hope you rate it a 10 out of 10. Please give a rating on our website.
That'll do it.
Thanks a lot.
Go on to
guys.
TripAdvisor or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you just make sure you give us a
Right.
nice review? Oh my
Right.
god, I'm spotlighted.
Yeah. So
I've done a presentation on if F1 drivers were film or TV show characters. Like I said, I've only done about 7 of them, but I feel like the 7 I've done are pretty good. For the first one, Lewis Hamilton as Black Panther.
Mhm.
I think this was like the perfect choice. So firstly, when Chadwick passed away in 2020, Lewis was racing at Spa and dedicated his win to him and said he was like a legend and someone he had the utmost respect for, and he really looked up to him and what he'd done. So there's that bit of respect there. I was like, that goes a long way. It'll be good in the reasoning as well. In the MCU, like basically adored by everyone in his country. Like everyone loves him. And I think everyone in the UK or most people love Lewis because he's British and what he's done and stuff. Then like he's
Yeah.
like a natural racing icon,
Mhm.
and it's pretty historical. They're both very popular characters in what they do to many ages, gender, race. Like Black Panther's popular in the MCU himself, and that audience. And Lewis is very popular in F1 because he's very well known. Off stage, Chadwick was an advocate for BLM. And also in the actual film for Black Panther, Black Panther's character itself is trying to keep his people away from the racist abuse they could receive if they opened themselves up as a proper country. And obviously Lewis off the grid is a massive advocate for BLM, as we all know.
Yeah.
Both characters have achieved a lot in what they've done. So Black Panther freed his country, protects people, and he was also like pretty much a leader. And Lewis has that kind of leadership role, I feel, at Mercedes, and has also achieved a lot in his career since he started racing, like broken most of the records, achieved everything he could achieve, etc. Daniel Ricciardo as Barney Stinson.
I love it so
So if anyone doesn't know who Barney Stinson is, he's from How I Met Your Mother. He's one of my favorite TV show characters, and
He's amazing.
he has
Lottie.
so many similarities with Daniel Ricciardo.
Yes.
Right. So, yeah, absolute craziness. Daniel and Barney are literally like so similar. They just don't really give a damn about what they do in life. So like in the first episode of How I Met Your Mother, you like get introduced to Barney and he's out partying, getting drunk, wasted.
And going from girl to girl in a bar.
He's He's doing a load of crazy things, and Daniel reminds me of that because he's very like adventurous. Like, you know, he goes mountain climbing and mountain biking and jumping off cliffs and stuff. He's very
any other thing that involves the word mountain in it.
Yeah, very spontaneous. And the picture of Barney is him doing laser tag, which definitely plays into that point. Barney's very like hardworking, like behind the kind of scenes of him having this like silly personality. He's always kind of like doing better because he runs his own business and stuff, and he's always trying to like push to do better with that. And Daniel's constantly trying to better himself in every race that he does. He wants to do better. He's constantly putting in the effort behind the scenes off the track. In How I Met Your Mother, Barney's very well known in his friend group. He's the friend that's like constantly trying to socialize with people, constantly trying to like, put himself out there to meet more people. And he's very like friendly. It reminds me of Daniel in the paddock. Like everyone knows who Daniel is. Everyone gets along with him. He's just a very like talkative person who you can bond with quite easily. So that's why he reminds me of Barney.
And they both look amazing in suits.
True.
Yeah.
So next one, this kind of made sense to me. Lando is Peter Parker.
Yes. Sorry.
It's the fact that they look the same.
So
Like,
Yeah.
the same but different.
the looks. Some people say that Lando and Peter look very similar. It could be the hair or the faces, but there is something there that makes them look similar. When Tom was at Monaco, everyone was saying that if Tom and Lando meet, it's going to be worlds colliding. Like
We had the fist bump.
the TVA are going to be on us straight away. Like, so Peter Parker's character traits is that he's like very, very shy. He has his kind of group of little friends from his, and that's kind of it. And it kind of reminds me of Lando, that Lando's quite shy in his press duties and stuff, kind of keeps himself to himself.
Yeah.
You know, he doesn't bother in the interactions as such, and that kind of reminds me of Peter. So, and also, like I said, staying with closer friends, Peter's off with like Ned and MJ. Lando's normally with Carlos or Daniel or like George. People like that kind of sticks to their bubble. Peter's also a very smart person with like physics and maths and biology. Lando isn't as academically smart.
Nowhere near.
Because he didn't even finish his GCSEs, the poor sod.
And he went to Millfield, so you know.
The poor sod didn't even finish his GCSEs. But he is very smart when it comes to the logistics of his race and reading the data and knowing like where he's done well and where he hasn't done well. And that does remind me of Peter with the logistics and the actual kind of smart side to it as well, and reading that well. And also they met in Monaco when the worlds collide. So the next one, Charles Leclerc as Captain America at the bottom, plus two pretty men. Pretty men. Right, here are my reasonings, because I see Maddie's face, which is a face of confusion.
It's not confusion, just judgment.
It's Chris Evans. Oh,
See,
come on.
Convince me then, go on.
It's pretty privileged for Charles Leclerc. The man's gorgeous, come on,
He is
right.
gorgeous.
I'll admit to that, but like...
I'm very happy you've put Chris Evans in our
So
PowerPoint.
the
Thank you.
first thing, Charles and Cap are two very determined people. They're always trying to do better, even if the outcome isn't always the best. Like maybe there's like bumps in the road and stuff. Like Cap's constantly trying to better himself. Like, you know, when you look in the first film with him going into the war and constantly, you know, wanting to be out there and working hard. And I think that's the same with Charles. Charles is constantly working to improve his driving skills and better himself as a driver. They're both hopeless romantics, let's be honest. I mean, Cap literally leaves his friends to go find Peggy and have a dance.
Which I'm still upset about.
Yeah.
Oh, guys, out. We all will.
To the end of the
Fighting.
line, more like to the end of the hairline.
Yeah. So obviously, you know, Cap's a hopeless romantic. He's desperately in love with Peggy in the films that he's in. And I mean, Charles is a hopeless romantic for his girlfriend Charlotte, which I don't doubt because his girlfriend is stunning. You know, it's
One thing I find weird though is that Charlotte is the female version of the name Charles.
Yeah.
That's just the one thing that I find a bit weird.
He's constantly, you know, he's buying her flowers, playing the piano with her, like going
Taking
to
her out
events
on his
and
yacht.
stuff. When is it my turn?
Take notes, everyone. Take notes.
God, please.
And I think that they both have a very big kind of leadership role. in what they do. So, you know, Cap was a leader for his like team during the war in the films, and also like in Infinity War, leading on the ground and things like that. Charles has very much a leadership role in Ferrari. I feel like he is constantly trying to better the team and make them push for good results. So he kind of reminds me. He reminds me of Captain America in that sense.
Yeah.
Have I convinced you enough, Maddie?
Your points are very valid. I love Chris Evans, but I don't like Steve Rogers. If that, you know.
Oh, help!
I don't like Steve Rogers. I have several issues with Steve Rogers.
There is something wrong with you if you don't like Steve Rogers. So.
Well, I have a fair few things to say on
at
him.
him.
I will talk to you about that now later.
We found a fault in the system. Next one.
Your points are all very good. I will say that.
Here you go. George Russell, Simba from The Lion King.
We used the same photo.
Oh, we did! Look at us go! So I think George is Simba. I was debating between whether he's Simba or like Mufasa, and I was like, I'm more going towards the Simba side of things. I think the reasoning is
he's not dead.
Also, because he's very loyal.
So true.
Like Simba.
So George Williams reminds me of young Simba. Young Simba always wanted to be like his dad and always kind of looked up to him. And George has already mentioned countless times he looks up to Lewis and he wants to be on that level that Lewis is on at Mercedes. And George wants to be at Merc. And I think when he's at Merc, he'll be a role model for quite a lot of young drivers, like proving what they can do kind of thing. I think that relates to young Simba quite a lot.
Yeah.
Simba's a very ambitious character. He has a lot of dreams. You know, he wants to be a leader. He wants to be like his dad. It reminds me of George's attitude towards his racing, constantly pushing to extract the most out of the car, and helps to push the team to the limit during like the hard times and the good times. He's got like that leading mentality and the winning mentality. Simba's also a fighter, no matter what situation he's in. He doesn't give up. You know, you can argue when he runs away, when he's pushed to run away in the film. But
he's a kid.
Yeah,
being chased by hyenas.
He comes back and he fights and
being chased by Valtteri Bottas.
Stop it!
No. It reminds me of George trying to fight for his place at Mercedes. You know, like the mixed tyre set problem at Sakir, he still managed to get to nearly first before the puncher. Melody, I'm sorry.
We don't bring that race up.
No.
But even after like that whole situation, he just kept pushing to get a good result with what he had. Even when he doubts himself, like after Imola, when he crashed under the safety car in 2020, that, you know, the doubts about himself. And he just come back stronger and kept performing, and it reminded me of Simba. It's Max's Wreck-It Ralph. Firstly, without sounding rude,
their looks are very similar.
Anger.
Oh no, their hair. Oh.
We all know that there has been situations where Max has been very angry and can't contain himself. Brazil 2018 with Esteban.
Yeah.
And Ralph's character is based around the fact that he can get very angry and can destroy a lot of things, is literally what his character trait is. Besides the occasional anger, people doubted Max in the early stages of F1 career, like especially when he went straight from F3 to F1. I think people were kind of like, oh, okay, maybe this isn't the best choice. And people doubt in the film Ralph's character. They're like, oh yeah, he's just a bad guy, and it's like, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm seeing all of my spelling errors. I am awful at typing. Holy crud. But deep down, both of the guys have hearts of gold. Like Ralph literally helped Penelope make her car and help her race, and also tried to like help her escape the gate. And Max gives off the same vibes of, like I said, always supporting his team, thanking them for their hard work, like Hungary 2020 when he decks it half an hour before the bloody race.
I want to know what those mechanics were on, because they were on something. Like that was a job that should have taken way longer than they had, and the car was fixed. Like, What are
Yeah.
Red Bull putting their driver?
I'm pretty sure it was. Pierre Gasly is Ned Stark from Game of Thrones. So here are my points. So both Pierre and Ned are very, you know, they're polite characters. They're nice and friendly to everyone that they meet. You know, constantly trying to adapt to new things. Also, like I said, they have great friendships with people that they're closest with, easily adaptable. Like we've seen with Pierre, he easily adapts to Yuki joining AlphaTauri. They're literally like brothers. They're constantly with each other. And I don't know if anyone's seen the video at Austria after the Styrian Grand Prix. They asked Yuki if if he was going to miss Pierre, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm going to miss Pierre when he goes home." I was like,
Where's your dress again?
and then both characters are very knowledgeable and are smart in their preferred subjects. Like, you know, for example, with Pierre, he's very smart at reading the data from his races. But that's all the drivers I got. But yeah, there we go.
Amazing.
Very well done. I loved it.
Thank you very much.
So I had a fair few PowerPoints already sort of made, but then I had this idea yesterday, so I thought I'll try a new one. And yeah, right.
Let me
so
just,
this is
sort the thingies out so that it'll make everyone able to see. They're the
Okay.
beans.
Yeah, F1 drivers as Bertie Bott's every flavour beans, which if you haven't had them, they're vicious. They are quite vicious.
Oh.
I will actually be explaining myself slightly because I didn't put any information in the PowerPoint. But yeah. But some of the decisions are potentially slightly questionable. But so
Okay.
we'll start with Nicholas Latifi.
Nicola.
Nicola.
Oh, Nicola Latifi.
Why do you
And
drag
Candy Floss. He is the Candy
I
Floss
just stick a-
queen.
Let me make that into a sticker.
I need to
He's
make
the
that.
Candy Floss jelly because, well, he's a bit of a sweetheart, you know. He's very pure, like spun sugar on a stick, like Candy Floss or Fairy Floss or whatever it's called wherever anyone who's watching is from. But he's a very sweet person. I've never really seen him get, you know, overly angry or mean with anyone. So Candy Floss seemed the right sort of way to go. George
Yeah.
Russell. And I'm sorry, Mel, I went with my original one. He's Lemon.
These are some great stickers.
Why did you go with that photo?
I know.
That just reminds me of
I
the Jack
had two
Russell
different
one.
ones for George. One that Mel had chosen the picture of, and then this one. And Mel thought her corner well, but I think I just forgot to swap them out.
When you said
What is it?
beans, I was like, kidney beans? Baked beans? I was like, what kind of
Kidney
beans are you talking?
Which F1 drivers are what kidney bean? Let's discuss.
But I went for Lemon because, you know, lemon is very versatile, you know, in culinary practices. It's in a lot of my favorite drinks. Lots of lemon in there. It's a bit sharp. He's a very aware driver, especially according to the
99 aware.
You got rid of that
F1
now.
thing.
Valtteri Bottas disagrees.
I mean, I love him, but is he that aware? You know?
No.
When I
You
saw
lost
that,
it.
right, when I saw that video and it said 99 awareness, I literally had Imola War flashback.
I was
What the hell?
Right.
Mick Schumacher,
Oh, here we go.
Marshmallow.
Uh,
And I won't lie, for whatever reason, he looks like a chicken in the sticker. So it's Mick the chick.
Oh,
He, like Nicholas, is very sweet. He's, you know, just a really nice guy. But he has, you know, he's obviously had things happen in his life that he's had to bounce back from. Like Marshmallows, kind of springy. That was where my brain was with that. Sorry, Carla, for when you watch this, but this is the photo that I chose. Nikita,
oh
the
God.
rotten egg.
Oh.
There are
I could
so
just
many
find to edit
pictures
each
of
and every one of
him
these.
where, because of how pale his hair is, or when he shaved all his hair off, and he does look a little bit like an egg. And considering there was a rotten egg flavour, I thought,
Oh, it can't
May as well.
why not? Oh yeah,
Oh my
these are
God.
all the official Bertie Bott's flavors that you would find if you bought them at Warner Brothers. So, you know,
Okay.
I was limited because some people will be upset with some of them, but there are only so many nice ones, and there are
Watch it be Max
so...
Verstappen.
Okay.
To be fair, not the worst.
Kate's already out for blood, and we haven't even got to Max
Oh,
yet.
it's all Kimmy.
Right, Kimmy, black pepper.
It bland. But what is that?
That's a job, and that's your hairstyle. That.
Kimi Räikkönen, he's a classic. You know, he's been around for a long time. His hair's starting to get a little bit salt and peppery because unlike some of the other drivers, he doesn't use just for men. So I figured, you know, black pepper, you know, fitted with the slightly aged bit, but also he has been around forever and black pepper is a staple in the kitchen. Antonio.
Oh God.
Sausage.
Chorizo.
Like a horse.
You should
Why is that
have
like-
About him yelling for someone to bring them his meatballs. Sausage. To Esteban. Earwax. I don't know why they have an earwax flavored jelly bean, but they do, and it's disgusting. But I like Esteban. But when I think of Esteban, I think about the ears a lot. He's got very sticky outy ears from like a front on shot. So I chose earwax for him.
His neck looks so long in that photo. What the hell?
All of his height is in the neck. All of it.
All of his height is looking like the giraffe from Madagascar. What's his name? Like
Melman.
or something.
Anna,
Melman.
what are you
Got no
doing?
neck.
Right, 2, Mr. Fernando Alonso.
I knew this was gonna be. Ew, that's
So this is one of the situations where I'd run out of
Stop it
nice
at the
ones.
bottom.
I know.
I'd run out of nice ones, and so I was left with a bunch of not so nice jelly bean flavors.
That's probably his face when he finds out he was a dirt jelly bean.
Probably. Lance Stroll,
Oh,
grass. Right, so the grass flavor is actually not that bad. So, you know, and Lance Stroll, for all the hate that he gets for being like paid for by his dad, he's actually not that bad of a driver. Like, so
ooh.
that was the link I was making there. And also one of the most expensive things in the world is to buy is land. And if you've got lots of land, you tend to be very rich. I was awake at like 2 a.m. going, but would he be this flavor? There was
Would it be grass or is it going to
Would it
be
be grass?
sausage?
Imagine tasting Lance Stroll and be like, this tastes of grass.
Oh,
I'm
what
not-
about your boat?
Please be a good one.
Hey,
I'm
lads,
not
do you
saying
take
this
If
is
it's not a good
grass.
one, I will be like, yes.
Oh, ooh.
It's refreshing. He watermelon is quite a refreshing thing. He is, you know, in this period of his life where he's a revitalized and refreshed driver. You know, he's not being beaten down by his previous team that shall not be named, and you know it's. And when he burst onto the scene at Red Bull, he was this brand new, refreshing talent. So I figured watermelon worked quite well for him.
Love that.
To Charles. And I genuinely don't think anything else could have been Charles. He was the first one that I gave a definite flavour to. For that sole reason, the fact that he dressed up as a banana, that is the only reason why he's banana. Carlos.
Ooh.
To be fair, with this one, I was looking mostly at the colours. You know, orange
Quite
from
nice
McLaren.
colours,
He's
you
now
know.
changing his stripes to be a Ferrari driver. So the red, you know, splotches. That was where I was going with that.
Yeah.
And I love his interactions with Lando, but I never really like fully loved and supported Carlos. Like he was never one of my all-time favorites. Kate disagrees, but you know,
No, I just feel like you can't not like Carlos.
there are a few things, but
There's a
like
few shocking things, but
To be
that's
fair,
just
though,
getting a
like,
bit political for a fun video. To Yuki,
Yourself.
he is the soap flavour. He just needs to wash his mouth out every now and then, you know.
I do.
Like, can't believe that he kisses his mother with that mouth. to Pierre.
Oh God.
He got the green apple flavour.
The backwards cat Pierre. It looks like he's got like a tail coming out of his head.
Green apple, it's, you know, it's got a bit of bite to it.
Granny's
and,
apple.
Apples are great for you. They're really, they're excellent for you. Pierre is excellent, for me.
Excellent for my
So
mental
you'd
health.
be like, he'd be having an apple a day to keep the doctors away.
Dr. Helmut Marko, yeah.
He should have done that when he was at Red Bull.
Lando Norris.
Hello. Oh.
You better not kiss your mother in its mouth, Maddie. I'd like to formally announce I'm leaving this podcast.
One of the things that made me choose this was that the colours are vaguely similar to the colours on his helmet. That was one of the things. It's not like the best photo of him, but it's not the worst one that I could have chosen.
Melly, I could have sent you hundreds.
Well, I'd already gone through that with Mal, so I didn't want to go through that again. But like when he's with like Carlos and people that he's really comfortable with, he does tend to let his slightly more like childish side out. And what's more childish than the word booger? So, and he looks like a child. That's the other part. He does look a little bit like a child. He's
the avocado.
I was going to say that.
What's that face?
He's like really, like out there. He's outgoing. He's adventurous. He's a little bit of everything that you could potentially need.
Little tootsy.
It matches his helmet a little bit as well.
That was what I was going to say. Him and Lando, their jelly beans were kind of inspired by their helmets. So, Perez.
Don't violate.
Very down to earth guy, like.
So okay.
He's a family man. He's all about that. He's not like living in a high-rise apartment.
Lando's
and I ran out of nice flavors. Checo's been violated. Life's gone downhill for me. I ran out of nice flavors.
Oh, this one. I don't know what it is, but I'm hoping it's
wait for Kate to finish her prayers. He's cinnamon.
Oh, I hate cinnamon. This is great. I hate cinnamon.
Cinnamon is, it's great when it's used properly. He's great when everything runs, properly. When things don't run properly and he gets accidentally taken out by Esteban Ocon, things get a little bit tense. But he's matured a lot recently. But you take a cinnamon one thinking it's going to be cherry, and it's cinnamon. And as a Mercedes fan, I couldn't help but be a little bit disappointed that it wasn't cherry flavored.
The disappointment can't be explained. Oh God, what's Valtteri?
Be nice to him.
The blueberry.
Yes. Blueberry.
He's got nice.
I love the fact that the hat matched the jelly. Fun fact, in my house, I don't know why, but Valtteri Bottas is referred to as Jelly Bottas. His name is Jelly in this household. I do not know why, but it is. But blueberries, right? Some of them, they're either like sweet and juicy, or they're sharp and they're a little bit, sour. And he's a nice guy until you piss him off and he gives you the middle finger in his car whilst you slap him on his head. Or he says, to whom it may concern, F you. Like, he's a nice guy, but he's also got his sour side. So I figured blueberry worked quite well for him. And then finally to Lewis.
Himself.
Cherry.
Yeah.
Hey, I see what you mean by March now.
Look at his
so like
face.
if I was hoping for cherry and I got cinnamon, I'd be a little bit disappointed. And it's a little bit spicy, but cherry, it's an amazing flavor. I love cherries so much. Cherries and apples are like my two favorite fruits, and raspberries, but there's no raspberry jelly. So, but yeah, cherry is like a supreme flavor. It's delicious. It is Lewis Hamilton. He is
delicious.
Delicious. I didn't want to say that, but thank you for watching. No, I do not take any criticism.
My earthworm comment already broke that rule, but
I probably should have put it as like a pre-warning.
Yeah.
Pre-warning.
Yeah, please do not murder me for anything I say in this following.
I have 48 different jelly stickers because
Whoa.
I took so many different photos of the drivers to find the best ones.
If someone asks you how you're feeling, just send them a jelly emoji.
Yeah,
sticker.
yeah.
So my PowerPoint is Formula One drivers' jobs if they weren't Formula One drivers. First up, we have Alex Albon, unemployed. Moving on. We have Mick Schumacher.
Wait, no. We need to go back a step.
Lottie's still processing the unemployed.
Sorry.
Nice. Silent for that.
Okay, I'm just gonna move on before. Yeah.
Can we move on before I have a breakdown?
Murder.
Make him
Mick is a
unemployed.
vet, I don't know. He gives me those vibes. He's got lots of dogs.
Yeah.
He just seems like a
His
vet.
sister has a bunch of horses as well in their ranch in Switzerland. So
Max, you
Nice to him here. Could have made him unemployed too, but
oh my god.
Max also does a lot of boxing to keep
I'm not
fit.
getting in the
So.
background.
He does.
yeah. So
You can see his
it makes
ears
sense.
there.
I just love Ocon in the back. He's like, whoa.
Whoa.
Right.
Oh my
Who's
god.
next? Do we have Lando Norris? Twitch
Yes,
streamer.
Lando be a Twitch streamer. He'd be a very good Twitch streamer as well.
Oh, do you know
So-
what? That reminds me of the people who like stand on the side of the road, like asking to read you the Bible to get you.
Yes.
Well, yeah, that's where I was going with this one.
You know
Like
so-
the
what?
Jehovah's Witnesses and
Yeah.
things like that.
Antonio looks like he could be the 5th member of Måneskin.
Put some eyeliner
Yeah.
on him and he is twinning with Damiano.
He is twinning with
One
Daniel.
I know, I just thought this fitted him very well, so that'd be his career choice.
The Italians are really like into their religion as well. So
Yeah. Right, who's next?
Love it.
Oh, we have Valtteri Bottas. He's a Formula Drift
Can't
driver.
park there, sir.
I know that.
Look at the
He's
little
actually very good at drifting though. I've realised, even like in what was it?
Baku.
Baku. Yeah, where Lando Norris really just like in the corner.
there, sir.
You can't
I
find this.
know.
Back there. I'm just on the phone to the police.
You can't park there, sir.
I know I can't park you. I'm on the phone to the police.
But also, I know Kimi does like
Oh, I
rallying
never read
and
about this one.
drifting, but I'm pretty sure Valtteri does as well. So
Yeah.
I've done Charles Nice as I should. He is a model.
As you should.
is he tall enough to model? For men?
He models
not
for
Is
he
he?
models for
Armani.
yeah, he models
Yeah.
for Armani already.
When should I start a fight?
Yuki's a
Fuck
fuck.
life, Yuki.
So, nothing else to say here.
Little
He's
again.
angry enough. He's
Fuck
angry.
life,
He-
Yuki.
He's basically a hoarder. He's going to go around Britain nicking everyone's
Like
helmet.
Shedder
I had to include the photo of him and George.
On Antique Roadshow with the red and the blue team.
To be fair though, I've seen the pictures of like the inside of Alonso's like museum that he's got.
I was
for
going to
all
put
I
that
think.
picture, but
It looks
George is
so
better.
sick.
yeah.
It looks
That's
so
why
he's
he's
sick.
back to nick
collecting
everyone's
driver
helmets.
helmets to add to his. He's acting
Yeah.
like Thanos trying to collect all the driver helmets for his collection.
He's probably like, I am world champion. Swap helmets.
helmet.
Kimmy's retired.
Oh,
I'm
does
Look at
his
him,
hoping
he's
Sorry.
65.
that he is still racing for Alfa Romeo or
like-
Sauber when his son Robin moves into F1.
yeah.
Or I could see
There
him
is-
being the guy that goes, yoo-hoo, big summer blowout.
I was going to say Lewis is like a king, but I was like, that's a bit far.
See,
So.
I think that if Lewis was to have a job, he'd be a motivational speaker.
But he'd be like fashion designer, music artist.
Yeah, there's so many I could
Um,
put down now.
Hey.
This man's range knows no bounds.
But
He's
he does all
incredible.
of it whilst being a racing driver.
I
Yeah.
just get vibes from him. But he'd be
Well,
part
we
of
all
One
know
Direction,
Zayn's not
so-
coming back, so I'm sure he'd make it
Yeah,
just
Pierre
fine.
would fill him. No explanation needed.
You did.
He has the boy band aesthetic.
Don't ask.
Love
No,
that.
no. He'd be a Nutella producer.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like Lidl have chocolate like donuts and stuff, so
He's
he'd
got
be making them.
Hello.
No, it's fine.
I love
I can
that.
see that.
Self-explanatory.
Same.
I suggested this. I mean, he has a farm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He already
listen-
has a farm.
Oh.
Like,
I think he'd be what Jensen is now in F1. He'd be like an F1 presenter or like commentator
Well,
or
I
something.
didn't
He
want
has
to do,
a
like,
farm,
the actual
Lottie.
jobs it would do.
he owns
I
a
just want to
farm
do-
in Australia.
Yeah.
Aussie.
Oh my god.
I mean, self-explanatory again. He'd be a beekeeper.
Beekeeper.
He loves his bees.
He'd be an inspector.
He loves his bees, though.
Them photos of him at that school doing the bee house.
Oh, he's like,
Yeah.
They make me
Enough to make anyone cry, Lana.
thanks, Maddie. Oh my god.
Yes, he would.
We don't talk
I was
about
really
my
careful.
Or
I was
he'd
like,
be
no,
retired.
he's more an M&S type of guy, so
No,
No,
no, he'd be
Or
the
Waitrose,
Karen
yeah.
walking around Waitrose going to get her free coffee from the coffee shop because
Yeah,
she spent
newspaper
the money.
croissant.
yeah, just buy a croissant and then go get your free coffee. Yeah, my Photoshop skills are a bit meh
Hey,
here,
which-
but
Now he's a
no, he's there.
gecko. Ah! That's my favorite
Oh.
video to ever come out of an F1 event. Is just that video of
Well, would you like to buy this mustard?
Yes, Esteban would be selling cars to you, especially at Mercedes though, because he won't get the seat, so might as well still work in the company, I guess.
Right.
So.
he'd work as the salesman.
George
Carry
Russell
on.
would be a
George Russell's
PE
a PE
teacher
teacher.
because
Yeah. What that?
he won't get a professional golfer because he's not very good at golf. I don't know if he's good or not, but I'm assuming he's not.
I'd like to point out that I did argue with Mel over this one, and I thought that George Russell should have been the history
No.
teacher that every girl has a crush on.
better than his PE
I
teacher.
One of my PE teachers.
To be fair,
My PE.
we weren't allowed male PE teachers at my school.
How
So.
quirky.
I like that though, Mel. That's good.
That's my.
Yes, you're right. Driving for Mercedes F1 team is the perfect job for him.
That is my.
That was a good one, though. I liked it. Some of
I
the
like
jobs.
that.
The
I like
Alex
that a lot.
Albon one. The Alex Albon one caught me so off guard though. Just unemployed. I was like,
I think
Except
the
he's
Mickey's
not
in.
technically unemployed because Red Bull, when they take him to races, he
Shut
walks
he
up
is
and down the
unemployed.
paddock and listens in on what the other teams are saying that Red Bull don't hear over the radio. That's what they use him for. So, you know.
now you know how they're
I
finding out all these details because they've got Detective Albon going around the grid finding out
It's
all
just
the
a
little.
bit
Detective
Right.
Albon's on the case.
She's muted. I can't hear her.
Yeah, I can't hear you.
Can't hear you.
Your face of realization. I wondered why you've been so quiet.
Yeah, I haven't.
Maybe it's because you were
I think
muted the
her
whole
facial expression.
time.
Hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Somehow.
Have you been muted the whole time? I thought you just put yourself on mute. I thought you just didn't want to speak until yours.
No, I was speaking, but that's alright. What would F1 drivers smell like? So disclaimer, I've never met any drivers, so I don't know. Sorry for mistake.
Sorry. You used to use Victoria's Secret Aqua Kiss. You can't talk.
So let's start. Okay, starting with Mercedes. Lewis Hamilton. So like great pictures, and I haven't. I'm so sorry. So he uses Joe Sauvage. He reply every 2 hours like sunscreen, and Angela carries it like with her at all times. Pretty sure she has it in her backpack. And he either smell like Mono Your Flower shower gel. I feel like he's a guy that showers like 3 times a day in Valtteri Bottas. Smells like woods and snow, and would smell like a fresh Phoenix X. How do you call it? X.
Yeah.
X deodorant. Red Bull Racing.
Oh God, here we go.
Max Verstappen. Smells like she's in Dolce & Gabbana perfume.
Yes,
Kelly probably chose it, and before it was his
she
mom's
does.
Definitely.
100%. Kelly chooses his
Of course he
his
does.
like scent.
Sandra Perez smells like chili and like the yellow filter they put in movies when it's in Mexico. Scuderia Ferrari. Charles Leclerc
Yeah.
smells like the sea and seafood, and wears the Scuderia Ferrari eau de parfum. For sure, he has it.
Sorry, have you guys seen the new Formula One perfumes
They
that are
look
being
like
sold
No.
at the perfume shop or whatever it's called?
Yeah.
I've
I wanna
started.
come-
They're like all the adverts that I see, and I'm like, okay.
Carlos Sainz Jr. Spicy perfume. Smell like ramen. Has a perfume that screams daddy kink. Next on McLaren.
I'm interested to see what these come.
Intrigue.
Ricardo. Smells like when you enter a Lush shop. Like Mad gave me that one.
Oh, like you walk into a Lush shop, it's Daniel Ricardo. I don't know.
Yeah.
Love that.
There is like something about walking into Lush. There's
You just get like pounced by like all the workers, and they're like, "Can I help you? Can I help you?" I'm like, "No."
let me rub
Yes.
this butter on your
Yeah.
arm and shove a bath bomb down your
Like,
throat.
and then you feel bad saying, "I don't want to buy anything."
Yeah, I just came in to have a smell cling to my clothes that will not leave my clothes no matter how many times I wash them.
I don't want to know what the picture's going to be for Lando, honestly.
I tried
try
using
that.
that picture
Actually.
for Daniel's jelly, but it was like too close up for his face,
Yeah, I bet.
which was upsetting. And
Lando Norris. Flash McQueen eau de parfum because he's speed. His mom buys his perfume and she bought L'Homme Idéal to Paigala. Fresh and sweet for little boy.
I think he forgets most days to spray his cologne, and
Yeah.
he gives me that
forgets
vibe.
it at home.
I would love to know which.
Of course you would.
He probably gets reminded by Charlotte, like, Lando.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Or like
Oh,
as he
no.
goes to leave his driver's room, it's just
Oh, it's sorry.
Tory.
AlphaTauri.
Yuki Tsunoda.
So cute.
I've taken a picture of that. Oh my god.
Poor Yuki has sensitive skin, so he can't wear too much perfume. Use the Spider-Man kit eau de parfum, but Helmut Marko made him buy an expensive perfume he only uses when he has a meeting with him.
Sorry.
Yeah, Gasly. Versace
Yeah,
ever.
Gasly.
Back in France, how are you feeling?
That is
Hey,
slandered for using that photo.
So he used to wear Sauvage by Dior just to be like Lewis. I feel like
100%.
he would ask him, what cologne do you wear for sure? And
He
he smells
100% smells amazing. I will
Yeah.
agree with
Yeah.
you on that one.
Aston Martins.
Aston Martin. Sebastian Vettel smells like a hot chip. He would, for his vibe, probably do smell like chicken. And has Ralph Lauren Polo Black perfume.
Oh my
Lance
god.
Stroll smells like precision and money.
We have got some beautiful pictures. I love it.
Smells like confusion.
Has Chanel Bleu de Chanel
Oh, he definitely has Chanel Bleu de Chanel.
for sure.
My cheeks hurt. Oh my god.
It's just that first one. Smells like confusion. Poor man.
And
Right.
Team F1 team. Smells like happiness and like La Campagne de Normandie. Like it's basically smelling like cows and cow shit, so that's alright.
That is
probably-
what Normandy smells like, to be fair. And salt. There's a lot of salty smells.
Yeah. Probably
Oh.
smells like when you enter an Abercrombie and Fitch shop. Fernando Alonso.
Where did you find that?
Yeah, where did you
On
find this
Google.
photo?
I swear
And
on
why
Google
did I
there's-
not have it attached to a jelly?
Well, that would be perfect for the Earth roar. Earth.
I have no words to describe my brain
What
trying
have I
to
just
process that
witnessed?
photo.
Oh my god.
smells
I'm sending that into the group chat,
sunburn
like
skin.
no words.
Go on.
Smell like sunburn skin. Smell like retirement and fuel. And where is if not perfume? Alfa Romeo. Antonio Giovinazzi. Smells like Italian food. Smells like Head and Shoulders 3-in-1 and bad conditioner. Kimi Räikkönen. Smells like nothing. Man doesn't even sweat. It's just a hobby, so he doesn't need perfume. Oh, pourquoi j'ai mis Alfa Romeo? I have an Alfa Romeo.
Is that a Williams? I think that's
It's-
not
it's-
Romeo.
You're bad. That's now.
Williams.
It's not.
Williams.
It's a
Alfa Romeo.
Is that a Williams?
Is that a
I
silver?
deleted the wrong picture.
There is an imposter among us.
George
I want this photo so I can send it to Mel. You've got that photo. Of course you do.
That picture is traumatizing to my.
Smells like this
Probably as Mercedes
bad
for the parfum. Smells like this bad PowerPoint. Hope we made him proud.
Doesn't smell like championship points just yet.
He won some points with Mercedes last year, okay?
With Mercedes, not Williams. Nicolas Latifi. Smells like Nutella or a mix of cheese balls and or Cheetos. And I feel like it smells American. I don't know why. Like
It's Canadian.
I could see that.
Oh god.
Put the right pictures. That one.
No, you've got that. Yeah, the better picture would have had 47 on the card.
No, you're not.
You know, splitting hairs.
It'll do.
Oh,
Nick
hello.
Schumacher. Smells like good and sweet. I feel like it smells like candy. Where's
like a-
Armani perfume?
We smoke.
Yeah, I can see that.
I could see him wearing Armani.
Oh, hello.
Too much axe
Nick
deodorant.
Samuels
That's
again.
the photo!
Smells like
It
military.
smells like Smirnoff vodka mixed with too much Axe deodorant.
Definitely.
And probably has an expensive perfume that has very strong smell and gives you a headache. For sure.
Love it.
Hang on, so
Anna for the Norris Mount F1.
For the Norris.
Okay, so
Oh,
it's
well,
obviously if an F1
right.
driver was the host, Yuki would be Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah.
You know, like
what are
he's got
you?
he loves to
Idiot
cook.
sandwich.
Are you?
An idiot sandwich.
He loves to cook. He is just Gordon Ramsay. Like his mouth is Gordon Ramsay. Like he's probably got a really nice soft side, but then when you get on his bad side, you know. Oh, George Russell. Right, I did Roman Kemp
You love Roman Kemp.
because I feel like he's quite chill, quite nice, British, but also quite cool, you know. So yeah, that was my George Russell boy. Sorry, Mel's George Russell boy. Right, this one, I'm not gonna lie, I did struggle with Daniel Ricciardo because like I wanted someone like, you know, so we got Mr. Bean just for like some things he says, but also like his humor. But then David Williams for just the random things he just starts talking about and like starts shouting about. And I just feel like, you know, you just
I get you. I get you
agree.
100%.
you get me right.
This is the best comparison I could have
Max
asked for.
Verstappen,
Oh my god, yes.
Abby Lee Miller.
Absolutely, yes.
They just-
I love it.
My
I
success.
added a few quotes in, you know, and I thought Abby Lee Miller's quote here worked quite well with Max. You know, my success rate speaks for itself.
And also,
So
second is the first to lose, which, you know.
Yes. Right. Nikita Mazepin as Mr. Tumble. I didn't realise that Mr. Tumble actually kind of looks like a clown. well, he's meant to be a clown. Like, that wasn't the reason I like added it. I was just thinking the word tumble, you know, tumble like spins around, and like that's what Nikita does. But also the Mr. Tumble point, where it's hard to be humble when you can jump, stumble, and tumble. So you know, quite well for him. Right. Yes. David Attenborough. He's David Attenborough. Everyone loves him. There's not one bad thing about him. He's like a dad to everyone. Well, he's a granddad to everyone. And it's just like, and he also loves the environment. So does Seb. Seb's the dad. He loves his bees.
We'll all be in mourning when Seb leaves F1, just as much as we'll all be in mourning when David Attenborough leaves this world.
Yeah, Lantro. Chuck.
Yes. Except he's way less of a tool as Chuck Bass.
Oh no, definitely. I was just thinking of the rich, you know, for people like us, a college degree is just an access. But
have you watched the new Gossip Girl?
I can't say I have, no.
Oh, well, there's what's his face? Who I think his name's Tom. This guy who was in the Descendants movies used to date Dove Cameron. He's playing
Thomas DeBril.
His name's something, but
yes, I love that guy.
He is playing a Chuck Bass guy, but he's way less problematic.
We love that.
I know.
Yeah, I see it. I do.
Just, you know, the dull, but then also quite funny.
Yeah, like the To Whom It May Concern.
I can see it.
They kind of look alike as well.
A little bit, yeah.
Just Valter doesn't have any plastic surgery.
We've got Nicholas Latifi, Sheldon Cooper from.
They look vaguely similar.
Yeah,
they do, don't they? What's he called? A Big Bang Theory.
Yeah,
but it's just quite chilled, quite outgoing. Just the looks as well. You know, the mouth. It's the mouth.
Yeah, and the fact that they've both got dark hair and similar shades of skin.
Nicholas's hairline isn't quite that yet, though, so we're all good. Charles Leclerc and Joey from Friends.
They share the same amount of brain cells.
Exactly.
True.
They're funny.
In fact, no, I'd go as far as to say that Charles has potentially less brain cells than Joey.
Yeah.
Maddie, why'd you do this to me? I live in peace, being a good Charles stan, right? You know, he's a good driver, and you're there like, yeah, he's stupider than Joey. I can't win.
He calls himself stupid, Lottie.
I'm stupid. I am stupid. I am stupid.
I am red. Stupid. I am yellow. I am stupid.
I am stupid. Love it.
I do love the clip of his friends getting confused between Charles and Arthur on the Twitch stream when they're trying to download like the Euro Simulator truck or whatever.
Arthur sounds a double.
They don't sound the same though.
Arthur sounds more like Charles than Charles sounds like Charles.
Yeah.
Pierre Gasly as Ollie Murph.
Why would you do Pierre dirty like that?
I just, you know, just something about them. I did struggle with Pierre Gasly, I must admit. The hair, yeah. But
is it the hair and the chin?
Yeah, we could just say that. Let's just say it's the hair and the chin. Fernando Alonso.
Yes. Yes, 100%.
Yes. You know, everything. The hair, the looks, the attitude to life.
Yeah.
You may say.
Oh no, I've broken Stalin's house. I'm off to the gulag.
I've broken Stalin's house. Jeez, I'm going to the gulag. James!
I'm off to the gulag. Okay.
Yes, I agree.
Lewis Hamilton as Oprah. You know, just the calmness about them both and the positivity and just the vibe of, they're just both like look at that quote, forgive us what you say, thanks for the experience, you know, preach it, sister. Like,
if only he could say that to Nico and we could move on.
Yes.
Oh, Mick Schumacher.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes. Oh
Yeah.
I love Baymax. with my
Flying
whole
makes me a
heart.
better care provider. Look at them.
How cute.
I love this
They
man.
just stop.
Lottie, you know how Big Hero 6 is a Marvel movie? When RDJ or Iron Man is choosing the next AI to use, you can see one that has Baymax written on it, and I was like, anyway, sorry.
I'm the way and the
Jesus.
truth.
I am the
Oh
way
my
and the
God.
truth and the life.
And I thought the colours in this photo, you know, the red,
Oh my
Yeah.
the
God.
white, and then the parting.
Yeah.
I'm trying to work out which one is
Jesus
Jesus
is
and
an
which one's
alpha
I know
Amazing.
which one is which. Can't see.
Yeah.
Yeah, spot a difference. Carlos and Lando.
Yeah.
Handsome death.
Yeah.
Just look
Oh,
at
yeah.
those two. With those two. It just
makes
works.
sense.
They're just
I
little
like it.
Tweedledee and Tweedledum. Getting to start.
Thank you
So,
guys for
thank you
watching
for
our fun PowerPoint presentation night. We hope you've enjoyed it, and yeah,
Oh my
we
God, it's
hope to
literally
bring
been
you
nearly
more of
3
these
hours.
videos.
3 hours
I know,
footage
we've
to
been at
edit.
this for ages. Bye.
Bye.
Bring the action.